Hello again guys. Right, if you haven't seen it, I just uploaded a video of saying what's been going on in the last 7 months, and I talked for a long time and said about my DNA for a bit. It changed really randomly, and I was talking about a new author that I found who I'm totally in love with, and I will be doing book reviews on those very soon and talking about the author and 2 of the book series I read by her that are just amazing, and I think she's my new favourite obsession at the moment. Anyway, besides that, and if you haven't seen the video, anyway, go and watch that because it's got to do with this as well, what I'll be doing for the round back now and catching up on videos that I've needed to do but I haven't done for like the last 7 months. So it's all about that, and also what I've been up to in my personal life, and just talking about the new author that I found that I'm really obsessed with, that I found about a month ago. So yeah, it's just all big update. It's really long, but you don't have to watch the whole thing. Just watch the bits you care about or whatever, or if you want to see me talk about everything that I did talk about, watch the whole thing. It's up to you. Anyway, so let's get into this. So if you guys, God, I can't talk. Anyway, this video is actually me continuing my book wrap-ups of 2016, even though it's 2017 now, because the last one I did, which was 7 months ago, was the June wrap-up. So now I need to do July, and every month that I've missed, I will say, so I'm going to be doing that. Anyway, so let's get straight into it. So this is the book wrap-up of 2016 of the month July. So the first book I read in July 2016 was on the 5th of that month, and it was called The Forbidden Wish. The Forbidden Wish, book 1 by Jessica Carey. That was a really good book. My rating was 4 out of 5. It was really good. I will be doing a review on this book. This book, just quickly to tell you, is a retelling of Aladdin and the romance, but it's not what you think it is. It's actually very different from it, but it's really similar at the same time. It's like a modern telling of it. It's really nice. It's really good, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I really recommend that book. So yeah, I will be doing a review on that soon. On the same day, I read Loving You, Love Wanted in Texas, book 6 by Kelly Elliott. You all know how I love Kelly Elliott, so yes, I was finishing off this series. I haven't read any Kelly Elliott books recently, because I've like read most of them, so there's like not many left to read. Anyway, and I gave that book 5 out of 5. It was so good. I think it was the last of that series actually, Loving in Texas, I believe. It was the series about where the main character's kids are all falling in love from the previous series of it. It was really good, and you know I love Kelly Elliott. If you've never read a Kelly Elliott book, I so recommend you reading any of her books. She writes really good romance, as long as you like the kind of romance I like, but it's just, oh, I'm not going to say, because I'm just trying to do wrap up, but I recommend going, if you like romance and cowboys, just read her series. It's good. Anyway, on the 6th of July 2016, The Game Plan, Neighbour from Hell, book 5 by R.L. Matheson. I think I've, in previous wrap-ups, read obviously 4 other of these books. Neighbour from Hell is another good book series. I'm not really going to get into it, but I do recommend going and reading that if you like some of the books are like a love and hate relationship, but they end up getting there, but they're also really different. They're so good. And I've actually started reading another series by the same author, which I finished ages ago, which is really good. So I have read other series of that author, and she's really good. She's different from like Kelly Elliott and that, but she's good in a different way if you like that sort of music. Anyway, I gave that 3 out of 5. It was a really good book. I recommend it. On the 7th of July 2016, I read Double Dare, Neighbour from Hell, book 6. So that's the next one. So yeah, it's really good that you want to go and read the next series. It was really good. I think I took a break in the middle of the series, because I think obviously this is next month where I've read just book 5. I think it's where I've read like a few of them, then I took a break and went and read other stuff, and I came back to it, which I like doing sometimes. It's not because I don't love the series, but sometimes you do find those series where you just can't put the book down, you have to go and read the next one, which has happened to me just recently with a book series I currently am reading, and I'm about to go and read the next one soon, but I've been catching up on doing YouTube videos and watching TV, so, and I'm going out tonight, so I haven't got time to, I don't want to start another book because then I'll get into it and I won't want to go anywhere because I just want to stay in bed and read it. But yeah, but this series is kind of nice because it is very emotional, so sometimes it's nice to take a bit of a break from the series and then come back into it, or go and read something else and then come back to it to get your mind back in that set. But yeah, it's another good book series, and I gave that 2 out of 5. It was still good. on the 9th of July 2016, so 2 days gap, so I was 2 days off from reading, and I read With This Heart by R.S. Gray. I never read this author before. I know that she's done a book before, that previously, and I did read the description of that book after I read this one, but it didn't sound something that I was into. But I might go back and read it because I have read this book and I did enjoy this book. It is really sort of like a book that's about finding love while you also go on an adventure and travel the world, sort of thing. And it was very good. Is that, yeah, it's not just a romance novel. There's another book series I think is really similar to it, but I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to look it up when I do a review about it and say it's very, if you would like this book series then you'll like this one, because it's very similar to that book series, but I can't remember the name of it on the top of my head by that author, but it's in that sort of same storyline thing, but obviously separate. And I gave that 3 out of 5, and it was, yeah, that was good too. Anyway, the next one on the 10th July 2016, When I'm Gone, a Rosemary Beach, book 10 by Abby Glines. You know I love Abby Glines, she's a good author, I really like her. She was like the first, well, one of the first authors I got into romance, so she's good if you've never read like a romance novel before and you're a young adult and you kind of want to get into that world. But obviously I've read loads of books, so I found other authors that I do enjoy more than Abby Glines. It's kind of like learning. The more books you read, the more you learn what kind of books you like, and what then sometimes where you have books that you think are the best book, and the more books you read you realise they're not as good as you thought they were, and you can find there's books that are even better than that, but you just didn't know about them at the time. So you think, if you only read like 10 books that are romance books, you think they're like the best ones because that's all the knowledge you have on romance. But the more books you read, the more I realise that there's better books than what I thought they were before, and my books keep changing all the time of what I think is the best book. But yeah, that was 3 out of 5, and it was really good because I was trying to finish off that series of the Rosemary Beach because I was really close to finishing that series, so I was trying to read them all in one go. On the same day I read When You're Back, Rosemary Beach, book 11 by Abby Glines, and I gave that 4 out of 5. So like I said, I was trying to finish off like the last few books because I think there was like 13, 14 books in that series, which we'll find out in a minute because I did finish it. So I wanted to finish it off because where I was on my to read list, I was trying to finish off book series that I hadn't finished yet. So once I finished that book series, I knew that I could go and move on, start reading other books, because I hate where I kind of read a book series but I don't finish it and then I go read other stuff and I never finish that book series, so I can't wrap it up. You know what I mean? It's like reading half of the Harry Potter books and then going off reading other stuff for another year, and you kind of want to, it feels like unfinished business. Oh god. Anyway, on the 11th of July 2016, I read The Best Goodbye by Rosemary Beach, book 12, and I gave that 2 out of 5. For it to being one of the last books in the series, I didn't think it was very good. I think like some of the books that were earlier in the series have been way better. I think maybe Abby Glines didn't know how to end the series, maybe? Or maybe it's just because I didn't like the characters that she started writing about, because they are characters that we kind of have known about in the previous books, and they're not all characters that we kind of like. But I thought, because they're characters that we kind of don't like from the series, that this means they're going to have like a really good love story and they're going to redeem themselves. But it's kind of good, it's kind of bad, because she kept to the character that they were, so that kind of made them still stay like mean and horrible, but they still got love, and I didn't want them to have a happy ending. I wanted them to just be miserable. Sorry, but sometimes you do. It's like having Voldemort from Harry Potter getting their happy ending. You're like, damn it, that bastard should die, not have a fairy tale ending. What the fuck? Do you know what I mean? It's just, that's how I kind of felt about it. I'm sure you can kind of understand at some point. Anyway, the next one I read was Up in Flames, Rosemary Beach, book 13 by Abby Glines. I gave that 1 out of 5. It's like what I was just saying about people that we don't like from the series, and I don't think they should have a happy ending, and it wasn't a good book. Sorry about Abby Glines, I like most of your books, but that one wasn't very good. I've had one before I read about hers, which was, I think it was Just For Now or something, about the guy that's a prostitute. I hated that book series. Not book series, that book, that personal one, because I would not have got back with that guy after what he did. Sorry, if that happened to me in real life, I would be like, F you. No, sorry, over dude, but it's a romance, so it has to have a happy ending, right? But no, that book of romance by Abby Glines I did not agree with. But like I said, you can't love every book. Anyway, the next one was While It Lasts, and this is another Abby Glines series, which was the Sea Breeze book 3 by Abby Glines, and this is like because the Rosemary Beach is like when they're actually adults, Sea Breeze is like when they're teenagers or young adults who are at college, so it's a bit younger age. Yeah, but it's like the same genre, but just like a bit younger. And I gave that 4 out of 5. It was quite good. It wasn't always happy, the romance book of this series, but it was a good one. Just because it wasn't always happy and didn't always end well, it doesn't mean it wasn't a good romance. That was on the 28th of July 2016. The next one was Sometimes It Lasts, Sea Breeze book 5 by Abby Glines, and I read that on the 29th of July 2016, and I gave that one 3 out of 5. That's actually the same couple, but I thought the second book, because sometimes she does this where she'll do like 2 books on the couple, and the first book was really good. I understand where everything happened. In the second book it's like a time jump, and I just didn't understand why the characters did some of the things that they did, and it just kind of like ruined the first book for me, which just happens sometimes in the romance novel, you know, a series where you read the first book and it can be amazing, and sometimes people do get worried that the next book's not going to be as good. It won't be able to keep up the same same as movies and stuff. Sometimes you'll see a really good movie and they're doing another one a second movie on it, and then the next one was just terrible, and you think, why did they do a sequel? Because it just ruined the first book and why we loved it so much. And that's what I felt when I read the second book of this one. I could have done without this book. I could have just been happy with how the first one ended and just imagined the happy ending. So I think she kind of ruined it, how I looked at their love story and thought, what? But that was me personally. And then that's it, because it goes into August then. So we'll count how many books that was that I read that month. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 books in July 2016. There you go. That was a very mixed wrap up, I think, because most of the time I have a really positive, I think, 90% of the time on all books. Like that one was really good, that one was really good, I enjoyed that one. It was different, but this one was good. But there was like a few of those books, like 3 of them, that I just was like, what the hell? But yeah, there you go. That was my 2016 July wrap up, and I'll be doing August right after this. So thank you, bye, and I'll see you soon. You guys, my VIP, and I'll see you soon. I forgot to do that in the previous video.